find it easier to talk to someone, a stranger, than someone
Oh
like
God,
their
yeah,
mum or
yeah.
closer to them.
That's a weird thing,
And
isn't
yeah,
it? Because I agree. Like I would rather do a video talking about intrusive thoughts than actually sit down with
mm,
my parents or with Harry and say, I'm having intrusive thoughts. Like it's weird that
yeah,
you don't want to like hurt people around you by
mm,
sort of admitting it to them, but you have to shift your thinking away from that because it's not hurting them, but it is a lot easier to talk to strangers, I think, about
yeah.
having.
Well, I mean, like I could just anyone. I'd just sit at a bar or bump into someone, and someone mention, you know, about anything, and I could literally tell them everything about me, all my troubles, all my,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Um, but then ask me to speak to my mum about it, and it's a lot more difficult. I mean, I have done that, and it was only recently that I did do that. But um, it's so much more difficult to open up. I don't know
yeah,
whether it's because she does, especially with my mum. Like she's a worrier, and that's where I get it from. And you don't want to worry your
yeah,
parents and that. But I think I've just learned to talk to Amy quite a lot now, and that's the most important thing for me,
yeah,
that I just get it off my chest, because once that's done, it's
yeah,
whatever it is either out the window or it's less of a worry.
yeah.
Um,
I think it is about like flagging it as it comes up and sort of not letting it fester and actually just,
mm,
yeah, saying to your partner or friend or whoever it is that you trust to talk about this stuff,
yeah,
just flagging like, actually, yeah, I think I always phrase it to Harry like I'm not like very well at the moment, like, and he'll just get it. It's like, okay, like I understand, like I know what you need or whatever. Um,
yeah,
it does make it better just bringing it up as
mm,
it happens, because then it gets it out your head before it blows up and it's too big.
mm. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Um, yeah, I just feel like now, for me, I'm able to. I can now, like, obviously, we only done a video a couple of weeks ago, posted that, and now I've done that. I just, yeah, don't care anymore. I'll say anything.
Yeah,
And I think once you've got to that stage, that is it. Like, um, obviously, I at first you find it hard to talk.
mm-hmm.
Once you've done that, it becomes a lot easier. And now, obviously, done a video online and literally poured my heart out on a Zoom call,
Yeah,
and told people things that I probably would never have said to anyone 3, 4 years ago.
yeah,
Um, but I just feel like I'm ready to open and try and help people by using my experience, like what I've gone through, which could be very different to other people's, but um, as I say, yeah, I just feel like I've been brave enough now to just go, yeah, let's do it, which
yeah,
is a big thing to do, really.
definitely. When do you think you
And
got to that point though? Because I feel like in the last few years, like something shifted in me where I was like, I can't be quiet about this anymore.
mm,
But then also like I started to feel comfortable with my own mental health, that I could finally start talking about it because I didn't feel shame anymore. I think there's a big thing. Like I felt ashamed for probably 10 years of how I felt.
mm,
And no one knew, literally no one.
yeah,
Um, all they would see, like my parents would see like me having like a meltdown, or Harry might see
yeah,
me just being really nasty, but not actually knowing what was like going on.
mm.
So how did you get to the point where you felt suddenly the light bulb
Well,
turned on?
I don't. I think before. So me and Reese and Alex and Sam. We went travelling, what, 4 years ago or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I kind of knew then that I need to go travelling because I'm not happy. I'm struggling. You know, I was working in the city with drinking every weekend. You know, 2-3 nights a week or whatever it was, which obviously doesn't help. And I once, you know, we went travelling, done even more drinking and whatever else, you know. But I just needed that break to just find out how, you know, what I'm doing with my life and why I'm feeling like that. And I realised once we were away that I was one hell of a moany man, and that there's just something not right. But I don't know, like, because I haven't gone to the doctor or anything. It's hard to go, right, I'm ready to admit I've got something wrong with me, or I'm ready to talk to people about it. But so I don't think whilst we were away I said, look, I'm struggling or anything like that. But one of my friends, very patient guy, and you know, I'm not so patient, and if I got, you know, the ump with him or moaned at him or was rude to him, it goes over his head, you know. And because they understand that he understands me, and my other two friends they understand that whatever it is that's going on up there, whatever it might be, I don't think I even knew at the time. You know, whatever he says, he doesn't really mean it, you know. And even now, like at work, I think people realise that I don't mean what I say half the time if I'm horrible or rude or upset or whatever. But I don't know. I just feel like once I left travelling and came to Dubai, joined Amy, I started to put things into perspective and realised that, you know, there is something going on. And I think what it is that I put too much pressure on myself, and then all of the problems start happening then. And obviously alcohol doesn't help at all. Tiredness doesn't help at all. Bad eating, bad diet, all that stuff does not help me personally. And in I think it was a couple of years ago now, I was just at work, and I'd had a bad day, and work just wasn't really going very well at the time. And I just came home and I cried in the cab home, which I hadn't done for probably since my dad died. So we're talking 11, 12 something years, and got in the door and Amy was here, and I just burst into tears again. I absolutely exploded, and it all just went. And I just felt so good after that. And I thought, you know what, I am dealing with something here. I don't know what it is, but I know that I'm suffering, and I'm ready to talk about it and tell people about it, because I can't go on any longer with these mood swings and these, you know, laying in bed all day and not getting out of bed, and just feeling like I can't be arsed with life, really. Because I mean, since I've been here, I'm so happy. I'm so, you know, so happy with my life and everything. But before I left to go travelling, I was in some dark places. Like I wouldn't say I was suicidal, but I'd given up. I was like, I don't know why I'm here, like what I'm doing. I'm done with it, you know. But I think I just got to a point where I knew there's something wrong. There's something not right, and you need to talk about it, because otherwise, how are you going to resolve? Well, how are you going to resolve it? And once I talked to Amy about it, when I burst into tears when I got home, like I just felt like that I was free from whatever was keeping me trapped. I was free of it. And I could kind of breathe, really, like, because I felt like I was, chest was tight. I just couldn't really breathe, you know. And that's probably where the coin dropped for me, to be honest.
I mean, thanks